children, today we are going to learn a poem from English literature, and the name of the poem is Nature is What We See, written by Emily Dickinson. It's a very beautiful poem about nature, where we will learn or we will come to know about the beauty and the greatness or the vastness of nature. So let's begin our poem today. Nature is what we see: the hill, the afternoon, squirrel, eclipse, the bumblebee. Nay, nature is heaven. Nature is what we hear: the bobolink, the sea, thunder, the cricket. Nay, nature is harmony. Nature is what we know, yet have no art to say. So helpless our wisdom is to her simplicity. So this is the poem. Now one by one I will try my level best to explain you the meanings, the literal as well as the internal meaning of the poem. So please listen to me carefully. Nature is what we see. According to the poet, whatever is nature that we explain is whatever we are able to see. Whatever we see through our eyes, that is nature for us. For example, the hill, the afternoon, or the morning, the night, the landscape, whether the river or the ocean or the brook or small stream or lake or mountains, whatever. The squirrel, only one name over mentioned here, but all animal kingdom including plant kingdom. Eclipse, solar eclipse as well as lunar eclipse. The bumblebee, bumble means confused or having or doing some mistakes. A bee who is confused is nature. Nay, but at the last line of the stanza, the poet is saying, no, actually, nature is heaven. Nature is paradise. Means according to the poet, whatever she explained over here, that nature is this, nature is that, nature is hill, nature is afternoon, nature is squirrel, nature is eclipse. But finally she is saying, no, not like this. Nature is not all these things. Nature is heaven. In the second stanza, nature is what we hear. Now she is saying that nature is what that we can hear through our ears. What are they? The bobolink. Bobolink is a kind of a bird. Here in the book it is mentioned that it is a small black bird, just like myna. So nature is bobolink, the sea, thunder, the cricket. Here the poet is mentioning the sound of the bobolink that we can able to hear, the sound of the sea that is created by the waves of it, the sound of the thunderstorm, the sound of the cricket. Cricket is a small insect. So these are the sounds of the nature that we can hear. We call them nature. But again the poet is saying nay. Nay means no. No is an old form of English. Nay is an old form of English, which means no. Nature is harmony. Nature is harmony means nature is a combination of various sweet musics. So the sounds created by all these things are not only nature, rather nature is a harmony of the various different sounds which creates a sweet link between them. Come to the last stanza. Nature is what we know. So finally, the poet is saying, nature is not only what we see or what we hear. Rather, nature is what that we know. Know means that we are familiar of, that we are acquainted of, that is known to us, yet have no art to say. Still, we don't have that much of a talent, art means skill here, that we are able to say what is nature or what exactly nature is. We don't have that much of a talent to explain with the help of our words that what exactly nature is, though we know it. So helpless our wisdom is to her simplicity. Our wisdom, our intelligence is so helpless that we cannot explain the simplicity of her. Here, her is indicated to nature, where the poet used a personification of nature over here by using a word, her. So finally, the poet is saying, though whatever things that we can able to see in nature, whatever the sounds that we can hear through our ears from nature, or whatever we know about nature is so vast, so grand, that our wisdom, our intelligence, our ability is limited to explain through our words. So we are unable, we are helpless to explain the beauty of nature, or to answer a simple question that what a nature is. Thank you.